There are different attack chains related to attack on humans. So there are technical and human attacks, obviously. So technical is when you're hacking Wi-Fi, you're hacking LAN, you are getting the software information, system information, and much more. But for human, you can collect information from LinkedIn, Twitter, social media. You can do OSINT and a lot of other stuff. So what is OSINT, right? OSINT. Let me show you what is OSINT. What exactly is interesting for us? Let's analyze, for example, just full company. So like this. So now I'm running 112 audits against website. 112 audits. You can do it manually or you can do it automatically. So here, this is example. We went to the website, which is called urscan.io. And that website is providing us with information about all the IPs which we used. It is basically showing us the technologies which we used. Here you can also see the information, but all that stuff you can collect from subtabs here if they will pop up here. But in reality, you can just see this is a subdomain which was collected. So how this data is collected? This data is collected from the third-party websites. So it goes to Google and collects the information. It goes to Wayback Machine, which is this website. Let me just show you so you understand. Wayback Machine, Wayback Machine, Wayback Machine, Wayback Machine. So you just go here, you input your website, and you can see how it looked before. And why do you need this information? You need this information because potentially you can collect information which is not there anymore. This is historical data. So you can just click, for example, how it looked maybe 1 month ago. You see something is wrong with Wayback Machine, but usually this website works. Yeah, now I can click and it will show me how this website shows. So yeah, it will show that stuff. What else interesting? You can also collect the DNS information, information about where this website was hosted, where also, this is very interesting stuff. It went to GitHub and collected me all the names related to a company name. So it assumed that if I'm using CQR.company, it should go to GitHub and find that specific name. So let me show you some real example. It will be secret password. I'll just show you. So potentially you can go to code and you can search the name of your company and put the secret. So if they have the GitHub repo, you will be able to find it. So you just put AWS secret key. Why it's in here? Okay. So let's just spend a few minutes here. Potentially we will be able to find some keys. like this. So this is environment which can have those keys. And if we are doing the research about company, we can find their GitHub. You see, for example, this is test, test, test. So this is like test environment. But now, please take this key and use hosting for free. This key is basically for this guy who works maybe in some company, and 6 months ago he was doing some crazy stuff and he put that key. Is that key valid? We can check it. It's not a big deal. We can check it, that key. But imagine the situation where this key is from some big company and it was leaked. So having this data, you are able to connect to the cloud and just exfiltrate information. So let me also show you one stuff. I want to show you keys. This is crypto audit. So you can input here different keys and you can check if they are valid or not. So that is super easy. Let me show you how you can do it. Just one sec. So I'm clicking here. I will also show you, meanwhile, how to intercept traffic on the web browser. So you open Google Chrome, for example, and you can go to history and you can see all the HTTP traffic. So this is like some website. You can go to example.com, or you can use, if you remember, we use this website. Is it still live? No, it's not live. It's not live. I will just put it up live again. So I will show you. I will show you now in details. Clear all. So now, what is going on? Nothing. Each hacker globally who is hacking the websites is using HTTP proxy. So he will exactly know what is going on. Now, I am putting admin and some password. So reset stuff. So now login. Let's do it. Login failed, right? What do I see in the background as attacker? What do I see? I just pressed tab, so it opened me this tab again. So what do I see? I see login. This is request. So you should understand, this is HTTP request. This is how it is formulated. It is saying admin and password. So now, using that stuff, I can do brute force. I'm taking this stuff and sending it to, I can do the form brute force, or I can send it to replacer. So replacer will replace password. So I know the login is admin. So now I need to replace the password. I add marker, right? And I'm just going to use the payloads which are maybe custom list. I will put like haha, BB, whatever, you know. I will just go and top 100 passwords GitHub. I just show you. So I just use top 1,000 passwords from the GitHub. most common passwords, right? So I'm just copying them. Why it's like this? Why it's like this crazy? Something is going on. Okay, I will open it here. Yeah, now it's good. So I'm going to input it here. And I know that the password there should be admin or something. I don't remember, but let's start attack. This is how fast I brute force. So 1000 will be within like 1 minute. So if I will go make coffee, if I will go sleep, I will be able to definitely find, the password. Anomaly is one. I found one anomaly. And look, I didn't know that password was there. I didn't check on purpose. So I just took the stuff. So length, time, status. So where is anomaly? Let's see. Where is anomaly? So payload password is anomaly. So this is our anomaly. So the password is password. Let's go and check this stuff. So it is admin, password, password. That's it. This is how, in reality, you're doing the brute force. And it doesn't matter, which website is this. Now I will show you another stuff, even cooler, right? So it was fun, but let me show you. HTTP brute force, form brute force. Now let's put this one, right? Let's put it here. Check target. All good, reachable. I don't need to detect CMS. I don't need anything. I don't need to scan ports. I just want to detect fields. So which are fields? We have username and password. Username is username. Username is username. Password is password. Password is password. So nobody is trying to fool us, right? And based on this stuff, we just need to click start, but it is blocked. So I'm going to start. So I click start and it is trying to brute force. La la la. Now it is doing it automatically. But what I can see, what I don't like, that it is brute forcing the usernames which I didn't want to brute force because I didn't check. But it is trying to brute force like demo, password, whatever. Different. It is brute forcing username and password, and passwords for each username. So manager, password, manager operator. So valid credential found. So valid credential found. Yeah. Let's check. Admin password. View proof. Let's make it a little bit more easier because it was too much. It was too much. Detect fields again. Yeah, results. I'm not sure why it's saying that admin password. This one is basically should be right. I'm not sure why it said no success. I think because of token. So the token here, you see, this is the hidden token, and it should be respected. I think it didn't respect the token. So this system maybe without refresh. CSRF token, maybe without refresh. Stop first match. JS mode. Form base. Yeah, found one credentials. Yeah, admin password done. That's it. We just need to remove the refresh CSRF token because it was trying to refresh this one. So we reused the token which we got one time for million of requests. It took us 0 seconds. So if we will again, let's put again this list. So I'm just showing you the impact of brute force. So we put like 1,000 passwords and we basically start attack again. It will take us like 0 seconds, but if we will just go here and try to put it like somewhere in the end, just here maybe. Let's see how much time it will take. Again, it's taking 0 because it is so fast. It is so fast. So yeah, you should understand that that brute force is going crazy, and anyone can, you know, if you don't have protection, you will be brute forced. Now let's remove. Let's remove. I don't know why it's still getting it. Maybe because it is here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we don't have this in the. I don't know why it's still getting that result. Aus cookie in response. So it's 1, 2, 3. Very strange. Very strange. So sometimes it's more reliable to use manual stuff, but automatic is also, you know, usually working fine.